friends, welcome back to Crafter Support. I'm Andrea, your absolute favorite independent creative memories advisor. So today I just wanted to share with you guys the 12-inch trimmer from Creative Memories. It is a rotary trimmer, and I'm just going to show you kind of like all the bells and whistles and how amazing this trimmer is. If you follow my channel for a while, you know I've been looking for a all-in-one trimmer that I can do everything from cutting vinyl, paper, glitter, cardstock, like whatever it is that I want to cut on just one trimmer. I'm trying to really not downsize my craft room, but make room for tools and things that I just am specifically going to want to use all the time and not have to pick and choose by brand. So I've also been a brand snob. I usually, if I'm cutting CRICUT products, I usually use my CRICUT trimmer. I have a Stampin' Up! Trimmer that I use to cut my Stampin' Up! Paper, but I've recently found a new paper with Creative Memories that I absolutely love, and I'm new to Creative Memories, just in case this is your first video. So I'm new to Creative Memories, and I found the paper that I love, and I bought all the things, and I just want to show you how this trimmer is replacing all of my other trimmers. For sure, I've been playing with it for a while, and I was like, this is the one. I can pack all the other ones up, donate whatever I need to donate, or just kind of have it set apart, put away, and then I have more craft space, because really I keep a lot of my stuff out and very handy because I'm always pulling for something different. But I think this one's I know this one's going to completely replace all that, because it already has. I already have my other stuff, my other trimmers put away. So let's just jump in and get started. So the first thing about this trimmer that I love is the track here is aluminum. It's not plastic. It's very solid but easy to lift. It doesn't get stuck or anything like that. Very, very easy to keep your lines straight when cutting. And it has special guides on it that show you where your cut is actually going to be. So there's one on each side. You can just pop them out, and it shows you, like, if you're trying to line up for a piece of paper that's already designed out, like, you know how when you buy the paper packs and they have like tags and stuff in them and you just cut them out. This will make that job so much easier. You won't have to guess if you're cutting into the other color of the paper. It'll just be done with these guides and you'll know. So the other cool thing about this trimmer that I was pretty sold on was the way you change the blades. So you pop this here. Let me see if I can turn it, and then I might be able to zoom in better for you. So you pop this little piece up. It's just plastic, and you pull out the blade. So here's the blade. There's nothing to cut you. The only way to get the blade out is to push down and engage it, and then the blade pops out. So when you slide it into the housing here and you press down, you have to physically push down to cut. Like it doesn't, like if you do this, it's not going to cut anything. You have to physically push down to make it do the cut, which is perfect for people like me that just kind of pushes my blade out of the way as I'm sliding paper in. And I've so many times nicked my paper and had to get a new piece, or my vinyl. I used to do that all the time with my vinyl, is nick my vinyl and I'd have to start over. And that is so frustrating because vinyl is kind of expensive and I don't like wasting product. So that right there was like really awesome to me, that it had the ability to change the blade that easily. So I'll give you the basics here, but then I'm gonna show you how many blades that you can get for this, so they cut differently. So coming back this way, so it has the fully extendable arm for your paper, your vinyl, whatever it is you're going to be cutting, to go all the way out to just past 16 inches. It also has a little foot you can prop up that snaps up. So if you're cutting something maybe a little bit thicker, say faux leather or something, it's going to stay level, or even like a heavier cardstock. So you can push that back down. On the front, the thing I like is the black numbers and lines. So I have trouble seeing, and this makes it so super easy to see where all of your lines are, all of the numbers, all of your measurements. And I love that they have this little piece down here. I feel like they thought of everything whenever they created this trimmer. I truly do. I feel like it was like somebody really put a lot of thought into, they took all the different trimmers and put the best of all of them together to create this one. So it also has your mats for you, like your 3x3, your 4x6, your 4.5x6.5, and your 5x7. I love that. I think that was super smart of them to do. It just makes it easier to like line things up, in my opinion. So this definitely is going to be helpful, especially if you're a card maker or a scrapbooker. So I know this is made by Creative Memories, which is like mostly scrapbooking, and that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of this year. But they also have card kits and things like that that you can make, and it cuts everything. Wait till I show you. It cuts material, it cuts cardstock, it cuts faux leather, it cuts vinyl, it cuts paper, it cut like with like no issues at all. So you just press the arm back in, it stays in place like nothing. It's not going to flap open or anything like that. So now we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to show you the different blades that comes with it. So look, I've already been like really like hauling mine all over the place, and it's getting a little dirty on the rubber pads, but we'll wipe those off. So whenever I purchased this particular trimmer, because I bought other trimmers that they have, and some of them haven't come yet, but when I bought this one, I was like, I need to know all about this trimmer, because I saw somebody demonstrating it, and I was like, why have I never seen this? So when I got mine, I ordered all of the blades in a, like, you can get them in a package deal. So they all cut differently. And like this one is the pinking blade. So it cuts with like this, like pinking shears. Like if you had pinking shears, that's the way it cuts. Technically you're supposed to put the blades in this way, but I don't have a lot of strength in my fingers. So I saw another lady, I didn't come up with this, obviously I'm new to all this, but I saw another lady on YouTube put hers in backwards. That made it easier for her to put her finger in and push. Remember, the blade's on this side, but it can't cut you because it's inside the housing and it has to be engaged to come out. So it's super safe to do this. You don't have to worry about anything like that. But there's so many different blades. There's also a scoring tool here, which I thought was pretty amazing. And I mean, it just, if you engage it from the back, it's not sharp. It's just a scoring tool. I thought that was genius that they did that. So whenever when I saw these, I was like, I have to have all of them. So I did buy them in a set. I'm assuming that you kind of save some money when you do that. I honestly don't know. I didn't really look into it that much. I was just so looking for a new trimmer that could do everything. So now I'm just going to jump in and show you what all it does. So I'm going to start with Smart Material. Smart Material has a thicker backing. So obviously this isn't big enough to be used as Smart Material, like without a mat on your Cricut, but I wanted to show you how nicely it cuts through the thicker material of your Smart Material if you're just using it on a mat, because you can use Smart Material on a mat, but it cuts through like butter. Look at that. Like, that's amazing. Okay, so it cuts Smart Material great. It also cuts the glitter Smart Material, so I'm going to keep trimming on this side for a straight cut. And I've used, like, guys, I've already played with this, so I know how great it is. I used the pinking blade on this one, and look how nice it cut. I thought that was super cool that it cut so well. All right, so we'll just cut a thin piece of this. It cuts so nicely. All right, so we know that it cuts vinyl perfectly fine. And then we have cardstock. So glitter cardstock can sometimes be not hard to cut at all. Like, I don't think any of my other trimmers really struggled with cutting cardstock, but I can tell you that it would leave like edges, like sometimes that you had to trim off. This does not. There's no edges. I call them edges. I don't know what they're called. They're like little pieces of glitter that are still like sticking out that you have to either like brush off or something like that. This cut it completely like smooth. There's no issues that need cut off. Now I also did, this is just plain vinyl that you would make for like just a regular t-shirt. It cuts that perfectly. Oh, the other thing, I love that this is smooth to pull off. So if you are an avid like Stampin' Up person, like, you know, the trimmer, like when you cut something with it, like it stops because there's like that lip. This doesn't have that, so it's easy to cut and pull away. So that's just like a heads up if that's something that bothered you about that trimmer. I just kind of taught myself to pull from the right, which I think a lot of us did. But this one, you can pull from the right or the left, and there's no like ledge there that's going to stop it. So that actually was a little annoying. But I was so happy that this one doesn't do that. Okay, and then I have faux leather. So when I cut faux leather on my Cricut, I flip it upside down. So I cut this way because I feel like my Cricut does a better job when it's not on the like pretty side. So, but I wanted to really test this and see how well this cut, because you can see like that you'll get frays and stuff, and it doesn't always pull apart. And sometimes you have to trim it with a pair of scissors, which is absolutely fine. It's not a big deal. But I wanted to try it on here to see if it cut well. And I know I probably shouldn't do this. I should probably have one straight blade for fabric and one for paper, but this is just demonstration. I'm not going to be using this blade for all my fabric. I'll probably purchase another blade, and I'll have it marked that it's my fabric blade, and then I'll just have my one for paper. So basically you just engage it and pull, and look at that. This is faux leather. This is thin faux leather that you use to make earrings, keychains, all the things. And it cuts beautifully. I've had absolutely no issues. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is the cardstock. So if you watched my opening video, you know I was so worried about the cardstock. I was like, if I don't like the cardstock, I cannot promote this product. Like, that's just how I am. I'm very picky about things, and I would never want to sell you something or try to convince you to buy something that wasn't good, basically. So I was like, if I don't like cardstock, it's game over. Like, I can't sell it. I technically left a company because I was only with them for like a few weeks, and I got their paper and I cut it, and I was like, nope, I can't use this paper. It's not something that I'll be using. And I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't have that. But you guys know how I feel about Cricut paper. I feel like there's a time and a place for it. But this paper, I feel like you're set for, it's the feeling of the paper, guys. So like, I think this is 65-pound cardstock. Let me double check for you. I'm almost positive this is 65-pound. I think it is. I'm going to say that, and if I'm wrong, you guys can correct me. But this is like 65-pound cardstock. Perfect for card making. Definitely for scrapbooking. And it has the weight. You could do 3D projects with this. It would hold up so nicely. The feeling is what I like. I don't like, I like fibrous feeling cardstock. Like, it feels like a material versus more than like that smooth, weird feel. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't matter. But this cardstock is the type that I absolutely love. I've tried the Cricut cardstock, and they have like their new stuff I did a video on when I opened it. I don't like the new Cricut cardstock either. So I did that video before I did this video. Understand, I'm not just trying to sell you something. I'm just being completely honest. I love this cardstock. It cuts so nicely. Let me show you. And I'm going to just show you strips. I love this pink color, and I could probably use it, but I ordered more, so I already have more coming. I'm just going to show you the different blades with this cardstock. So this is Creative Memories cardstock. I just have it lined up, and I don't think I cut it all the way. There we go. I just didn't finish my cut. So it cuts so nicely. You could, like I said, make 3D projects with it. It's not flimsy. It holds up nice. It's not too thick. Sometimes when you're making 3D projects, and if your cardstock is too thick, it'll crack, and it leaves like these little folded lines. This is not going to do that. This paper is the perfect 65-pound weight with the feeling that I like. I know that's what you guys are probably thinking, this lady's crazy, but that's just how I feel. Okay, so that is the straight edge. I'm just going to pop these out. I'm even going to do the scoring one for you guys because I want you to see what each blade does. And I think you can buy these blades separately. You don't have to buy all of them. Look at this perforating blade. I guess it's a perforating blade. It can make like little ticket stubs and things like that. How cute would that be for like a birthday party, and make like little stubs to put in the invitation, and then they can bring their little ticket to the party, and you could always have extra ones in case somebody forgets theirs, but that would be super cute. Okay, so this is where I have the trouble because I don't have strength. And there is like, I mean, I've seen people just pop them right out like that, but I can't always do that. There's like a little ledge here to make it easier for you. It's just, I don't have that type of strength in my hands at all. So, but you can easily pull them out if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close the arm, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to remove the blade that's in there in the housing. Let me turn it this way. So remove that. So that is the straight blade. Let's do the scallop. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it with the Creative Memories seal towards me each time. I'm just going to drop it in. Okay. And then I can do it this way. We can cut it this way too. Like, I love the sound of that. Like, it just sounds funny. And look at that. It's so cute. I have my paper a little uneven, but it's all right. I'll just redo that. So that is the scallop. I guess I could just lay them out for you. I don't know if you can see them, but afterwards I'll show you all the different cuts with each blade. And then we have the stamping one. And that's really cute. So it cuts super nicely. It kind of gives like, the scallop one gives like a softness where the stamping one's a little bit more edgy. I like that. Let me just kind of put these into place for you. Oh, I hope everything's okay. It's early in the morning. I hate to hear the fire whistle. All right, here's the wave blade. Let me move these. I'm trying to give you guys the best view that you can get and not make it awkward for me, so that I can make you guys see how nice it is. Okay. So there is the wave blade. Oh, that's really pretty. Again, it's like a smaller softness to that one. I'll stick it over here for now. And I do love how easy this is to just switch out blades. I think that they were genius to come up with this idea and to make this happen. I super appreciate all the thought that went into this this tool. That one's really pretty. So now we're going to put this here. Put that on there. What's next? The pinking. So the pinking ones are the probably ones most of us are familiar with, just because of pinking shears, especially if like you sew or anything like that. But back in the day, I remember, and this is what got me, like, when I saw all of these different blades, I was like, I remember having all of those scissors. Remember, you could buy the scissors and like the packets that they all cut differently. But the problem was I can't cut straight to save my life. Like, I'm terrible at cutting anything straight. So like I would have like this part obviously would be perfect because like you're just cutting, but then it would be like super thin down here, and then it would get bigger and bigger because I would like not cut straight. It was a hot mess. But like I said, someday I may be brave enough to show you guys my old scrapbooks, and you guys can see like how far I've come. Because I think I've come pretty far. Because one, they offer so many cooler tools now that you can just make things, like, even if you're not super crafty, you can make things look amazing. So this is the decal blade. I didn't know what a decal was until I saw this, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that on like hems of shirts and stuff. So I thought that was really pretty. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys how it cuts fabric. I almost forgot. I need to show you that. So there was that. I'm going to do the perforating one next, so you guys can see how that works. Now remember, the perforating one is not going to cut it all the way through, so it's not going to fall off or come off of here. I'll have to tear it off. So just so you realize that. Okay. And then it just makes like this perfect little tear off. I think this is so cool. I can't help it. I know, it's the little things, right? So the perforated one is awesome, I think, for any sort of project that you're doing that you want people to tear the tickets off of, birthday parties, holiday parties. Like, I have so many ideas that I can't wait to use it. Okay, the next one is our scoring. So this is not going to cut at all. It's just going to put a line. If you're not sure what scoring is, if you're completely new to crafting, scoring is just when you break down the paper. So you're going to manipulate the fibers of the paper with a scoring tool, and it's going to like put a line in it to make it easier to fold, to get a clear, crisp fold. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to do one press, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a line right here, and then all you have to do is fold into that line, and you have your crease. So if you're making cards or 3D projects, anything like that, you definitely want to use a scoring tool. So basically, when you score something, just for heads up, when you score something, you want to fold into the score. So if you pressed down with your scoring tool, any scoring tool that you use, you want to fold into that. That way there's no like marks on the inside of your of the paper. So there's no breakdown of paper, because that's what happens whenever you score. You're manipulating the fibers in the paper to give you that little dip to make it easier to fold. But scoring is really important whenever you're doing projects, so that you get that crisp, clean line so it holds the shape that you want it to hold, whether it's card making, 3D projects, maybe you're making some cool planner things. I'm excited because I feel like I said, this paper is going to be perfect for planners, scrapbooking, journaling, anything like that you want to do. This paper is absolutely beautiful. And I think once you get it and you like write on it, cut it, do whatever, mat with it, whatever you're going to do, you're going to see that this paper is like so amazing. And you guys know, like I said, I'm a paper snob. You guys know that about me. I've really searched and hunted for good quality paper that I was happy to promote, and this is that product. Again, I am an independent Creative Memories advisor, but you guys know I've always been very honest to share with you the product I love. This is going to be amazing using your CRICUT. So whether you have a CRICUT Joy up to the CRICUT Venture, this paper is going to work beautifully. Make sure you try it. I just want you to try it. Like, it's amazing. You're going to love it. I promise you. Now it is acid and lignin free, this paper, and it's cut so nicely and works so well. All right. So I'm just going to lay these out. Here's your deco blade, and it's the top cut that I'm showing you. Here is your colonial blade, your pinking. Oh, I am going to show you fabric. Don't go yet. Just give me a minute. This is your wave, and this is your perforating. So this is where you have like the little tag that you can pull. So I hope you can see all them. I hope they're all in frame. I'm going to actually edge them down a tiny bit to make sure that they are in frame for you. There we go. And I think that's good. I think you can see all those now. So I am going to cut fabric on this for you because I want you guys to see absolutely how amazing it is that it does cut everything. Like, it cuts everything. So let's just quickly put everything back. Like, you guys know that I like to kind of keep my craft space as clean as possible because I don't like messes. Oh, there's something happening. All right, so this is our colonial blade, and see how like they just still fit in here very nicely. I'm going to use the pinking for the fabric, but I was so excited whenever I realized that I could cut fabric with this. Again, chances are I'm going to be using a straight blade to cut fabric with this and to cut my faux leather, but I'll probably get my own separate blade for that. Meaning like separate straight blades, and then I'll just mark them, like one for fabric, one for glitter paper, and then one for my straight, just straight cutting paper, regular paper. So I'll just leave that right there. So let's flip this over. Let me slide this in. Again, I personally, I don't know if it matters, but I put the Creative Memories logo to the left of the tool. All right, so here I have a piece of scrap fabric, just a regular piece of fabric. My daughter is a sewy person, and so I stole some of her fabric, and she had some scraps laying here, and I just grabbed one, and this is how nicely it cuts fabric. I mean, imagine if you were doing like the wheel with the wheel cutter with the tape roll, the roller. That works really well. But when I have like smaller pieces of material, I struggle working with small pieces of material. I feel like I can't get it straight. I feel like it shifts. I don't know. But with this, I kind of feel like, why do I say that? I know. Whenever I place it on here, it's held down for it. It's more held down for me, where my goal is just to keep my hand here. I know that it's under this, and then I just cut there, and then I get that straight cut. So I love this for fabric. I think it's a great idea. Again, my daughter uses a lot of, I'm going to get her one of these cutters because she makes American Girl doll clothes, like doll clothes, and she has to cut smaller pieces of material, and this is going to be perfect. So I am going to get her one, probably for, I don't know, a holiday, something. I want her to have one so that she can use it for her business, because it's going to make it so much easier to cut the material straight. She kind of struggles with the roller and the I forget what that thing's called, like the roller blade thing. I use it. I use it for small things too, but she kind of struggles with that. So I think she needs one of these just to cut all of her fabric on, because she doesn't really do paper, a lot of paper stuff. She does do like bookmarks, but mainly it's material, it's fabric. So I think she'll do great with this. So that's all I have. I don't know, did I miss anything? Oh, this is your like little track that you cut into, and this is what gives you the straight cuts. You can replace these. It has 4 options, so you can cut on this side so many times, and then once that gets worn down, you flip it around, and then you can cut side 2 until it wears down. Then you flip it over, cut side 3, and then you flip it over again, and you have cut size 4. I forget, there was like a huge amount of cuts you can get out of this before you need to replace this. There is a place for you to have a backup one. So if you're on like say number 3, you can just order a replacement and it snaps right down into here and you're good to go. So once, you know, order ahead so you're not like working on a major project and then like, oh, I don't have, my 4 is like done for. Like when you get to 3, order another one, and then you'll have it available to you. So I'll have links below for this. I really encourage you guys, if you're looking for a trimmer that can do anything, to do all of the things that we do, whether it's with our CRICUT or our scrapbooking, planning, Bible journaling, whatever it is that you're doing, I really believe that this trimmer is perfect. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I have a CRICUT video coming up that you're not going to want to miss. It is going to be one that I've never done before. It's all new, and I can't wait to share it with you. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.